You're listening to Glow On with Charla Story
and Jennifer Wilson. We're not just photographers. We're your trusty guides in the world of photography, business, and a bit of life wisdom. Every week, we'll be lighting up your feed with practical tips, inspiring stories, and a sprinkle of humor just to keep you smiling.
We've captured luxurious weddings, mentored talented students at Develop Academy, and navigated the ups and downs of the photography world to bring you insights and strategies that work. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills, boost your business, or just hang out with two friends who get it, you're in the right place.
So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy,
and let's dive into another episode of Glow On. Okay, John.
The light's different. It's all different.
This is after hours right here. This is unplugged. Talk to us about, what do you think about candids and the trend, if you will?
Should we talk really softly since it's after hours?
I love how we both leaned in at the same time.
Get your ginger ale.
So I don't know. Do you think you can just switch quickly and just start taking candids? I don't think it's that easy. I think you have to practice outside of a wedding to get good at candids. I think there's a lot of people just finding that as the next new trend. And when one of my friends sent me the thing about the term plandid, I nearly lost my mind, because that's the enemy. That faking spontaneous is cheating.
Yeah.
It's either spontaneous or not. I mean, people now throwing the veil up in the air to get the veil shot.
Yep.
Let's have some rules about things either happen or they don't, and you can't just play.
We always tell our students, like, your client was there, they're going to remember. And so if the goal is authenticity, they're going to remember that it wasn't windy, and they're going to say it feel like that, you know?
We were talking to you about the article that we just read and has been taking the industry by storm about the anti-bride. And it says that the anti-bride is obsessed with all the same things because they want to be different, but they're all wanting to be different in the same way.
Like, really think about that for a second, that this, you want a template. One photographer makes a template, one photographer makes a discovery. Yeah. And then everybody else replicates that discovery. And years ago, way back in the 90s, I heard a story of a photographer. I heard it from the wedding planner saying at one wedding, all the bridesmaids jumped in the air, and the photographer got that picture. And it was great.
Yep.
And then at the next wedding she was at with this photographer, he was telling all the bridesmaids, jump. It's time to everybody jump. And they were like, we don't want to jump.
Yes.
Why? He said, no, that's my shot. You have to jump. And that to me was this thing of every wedding is its own trip. And you can't say, on my last trip to Cancun, it was so great. We all went surfing at midnight. So on my trip to wherever, I'm going to do surfing at midnight. Every trip, every wedding is its own thing. And it has to reflect that couple rather than your own template.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just... it's AI or something.
And it's the same thing. Yes. So like the plandid you mentioned in this article, it talks about the candid moments that are being captured are as staged as the formal portraits that the brides are hating. So it completely defeats the point and purpose.
That's the bridesmaid reveal, right? Let's line up all the bridesmaids, turn them away. 1, 2, 3. Like, they haven't seen the dress. Come on.
Or if they haven't, what if they just don't like it? They have to
pretend they love it.
Their worth in your friendship is based on their response to your dress, which is completely not their style.
Silly.
Yeah, I think you want to go home from a wedding thinking to yourself, like, I photographed that wedding honestly, and these pictures are going to reflect that love and complexity in the right way. And you're not going to have that feeling like, oh, I faked that one. You know, you want to have some integrity, and also every time you work in this way, it builds stronger muscles. That's the real thing. The other stuff is lazy. The shooting fake candids is just plain lazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, do some hard work, and you'll have a longer, robust career. But
yeah,
you know,
I would love you to maybe chat a little bit about, you said that you've done some portfolio reviews for people who are a little further along in their career and looking to, I don't know, almost like a snake or a spider, like shed their skin and come out anew, molting. So when you're viewing their new images, you said that you often find that they're just shit. You said that.
It's interesting that it's I've noticed some photographers who were used to shooting one way in a very controlled thing, and now they've seen this trend towards more documentary or candid, whatever word they're using, and they buy a Leica Q2 and they think, I'll just do whatever I'm seeing on Instagram, and it's not that easy. Yeah, I would not recommend people buying a Leica unless you've really tested it out, tried it, because it's hard. You're going to take a lot of bad pictures with it.
Yeah, a lot of blurry pictures. It's not fast. Yeah. No.
Well,
it's also a passive camera, so you have to use your body, and you can't just stand there and take pictures.
Well, it's like when your entire artistic career has been built off of structure and defining different moments of everything, and then the trend or the way art is moving is this other world, realistically, but all you know is structure. You're going to try and define fluidity with structure, and that's not the way. You just have to
exactly
fluid.
Yeah. So
exactly. I think it's if you're chasing a trend, you're losing. So
precisely.
Exactly. Well, and so we're like, this is Glow in the Dark. It's unplugged. It's the real behind the scenes with John Dolan. What else would you want people to know that you're feeling about this? Because what you love has become a trend. And in a way, it's great that people are seeing outside of what they've been doing, and they're very open to loving and looking at what really matters. But you're right. In a lot of ways, it's just been done so poorly. What is your fear? What's going to happen?
My fear is whenever I see somebody post a picture that's just kind of out of focus and underexposed, and they go, imperfect. That's not imperfect. It's just a bad picture. So, I mean, there are standards we need to adhere to. At some point, I should do a post about the difference between out of focus and blurry.
Yes, please.
And for me, out of focus is that you just blew it, and blurry is that when I take a blurry picture, it's usually I was so thrilled by the moment that I focused and shot. I shot before I focused, but it was all in one moment of ecstasy, and it just captures that hidden thing. Yeah. But if you just go all day and just shoot blurry pictures and with old cameras, you have to have levels of standards.
Yeah, blurry because you were in the moment and also excited and quickly went there, quickly turned your body is completely different than being like, now you're going to stand still there. I'm going to put my shutter at a 30th and I'm going to, that's different. It's different. It's not the same.
It's very ghostly. The fake ones are like, it's not giving loving.
Well, if you're shooting,
it's got to come from the heart.
Yeah. If you're shooting an editorial and you're specifically trying things out and pushing the boundaries and it's personal work, then have the model walk in and out of frame and test your shutter and learn your limits and what's possible. I don't think that's what we're saying here, but
no,
the in the moment, I'm going to make this a blurry photo. Check why you're doing that, I think is what we are saying.
Yeah. I don't want the imperfect to peak as a thing and then be like, oh, so everyone's going to get really sharp next year, I'm sure. And I had my time.
I had my time. It's definitely, it's not, there are still standards, and a good photo is still a good photo, and a bad photo is still a bad photo. And this isn't permission to just go produce lazy imagery and say, well, the trend says it's good and therefore it is. That's not the case.
No.
Yep, exactly.
What a nice little blurb.
It's when we were done that we were like just chatting, and this is definitely the things that people want to hear you say, because I guarantee that they're like, what does John think about this? I promise you somebody somewhere is sitting there thinking, what does John think about these images? And now we know.
Yeah, I think you have to love what you do and then do it really well and do all your push-ups and all your artistic things to be, don't let yourself off the hook.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the dangers that, you post a picture, everybody likes it. There's no button saying, you kind of just dialed it in on this one. It's just kind of like, you definitely see photographers who are just like phoning it in, and I think we got to push each other. That's my hope.
Agreed. I love it. And that's why we're here, is we're trying to get everybody to be able to self-reflect on their work and raise standards and find ways to climb the ladder for themselves. And it starts with being able to have these open, candid conversations with people that are out there doing it that we aspire to be like, in the sense that you have longevity and you're the last of the 90s that's still happy.
There's a few out there.
There's a couple. We could probably name them all.
Amazing.
Well, you're the best.
Thanks, John.
Love the After Dark version.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Glow in the dark.
In the light.
It's nap time now.
Hey photographers, feeling overwhelmed doing it all on your own? That's why we created In the Glow, an exclusive community where you can thrive together. Join us to build meaningful relationships in a safe, fun, and honest environment. Access top-of-the-line education every week, share your dreams, wins, and setbacks with supportive peers, and track your goals with mentors eager to see you succeed. Doors to In the Glow open again at the end of August. Head to developacademy.com and search In the Glow to join the waitlist now. Don't miss this chance to be a part of this transformative community.